What up, Talkin Fight fans? Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Boxing Friday Night Panel. Feature myself, Mike Orr, from Mike Orr at 4 on Knuckle Up on the Talkin Fight Network. You know what it is, guys. You're here to find out what's going on this weekend in the world of boxing. And yes, we have a lot of fights going on. We have 4 cards going on. We have Triple G back in action. We got Ryan Garcia back in action and Michaela Mayer back in action this weekend, guys. So let me just break it down for you. We're going to get right into it before I get joined by the rest of the panel. What up, Carl? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Feel free to join me. Eric will drop a link in the comments for you if you want to jump on and throw in your 2 cents about these fights. Let's get into these schedules, man. We got Lubin versus Fundora Saturday, April the 9th on Showtime, starting at 10 p.m. That's 7 p.m. Pacific time. And guys, man, top super welterweight contender Erickson Hammer Lubin and Sebastian the Towering Inferno Fundora will square off for the WBC Super Welterweight interim title headline action live on Showtime on Saturday, April the 9th in a premier boxing championships event from the theater at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. This is going to be a great card, guys, getting underway. The Showtime Championship Boxing telecast begins at 10 p.m. Eastern Time and features former super welterweight world champion Tony Superbat Harrison taking on highly regarded contender Sergio Garcia in a 10-round co-main event. Plus, unbeaten super welterweight Kevin Salgado battling Bryant Varela in a 10-round telecast opener. The stacked triple header of the 154-pound showdowns is topped by 2 of the division's hottest youngest stars, as the streaking Lubin looks to stamp his tickets to a second world title opportunity, while the fast-rising Fundora brings his signature all-action style into the toughest contest in his career to date. The victor will be in position to potentially face the winner of the undisputed 154 championship rematch between Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano, which takes place Saturday, May 14th. The 26-year-old Lubin, who is 24-1-17, has put together an impressive 6-bout win streak since a loss to unified 154-pound champion Jermell Charlo back in 2017. In his most recent outing, he knocked out former unified champion Rosario in June of 2021. And prior to the Rosario fight, Lubin's run included becoming the first person to stop former champion Smith in unanimous decision victories over Gausha and Gilmore. A native of Orlando, Florida, Lubin is trained by acclaimed coach Kevin Cunningham, and he continues his quest towards another title opportunity. After a stellar amateur career, Lubin turned pro at 18 years old in 2013, and he captured the attention of the boxing community at 19 when he became one of the youngest prospects to ever appear on the developmental series Showbox, The New Generation. And soon after, he was named Prospect of the Year by ESPN and Ring Magazine in 2016. So, guys, if you haven't had a chance yet, man, you might want to set your calendars for this one. Get your PVRs ready. You're probably going to want to check out this triple header, man. Fundora, who is 18-0-1 with 12 KOs, continues to rise up the super welterweight ranks and add his 2 most impressive wins to date in 2021. Fundora kicked off the year in May by stopping the rugged veteran Kota in 4 rounds before defeating the unbeaten Garcia by unanimous decision in December. The 6'6" brawler has reached this point by showing off the skills of a rugged boxer who is more comfortable fighting on the inside than most. Born in West Palm Beach, Florida, to his Mexican mother and Cuban father and trainer Freddie, both boxers, this 24-year-old now lives and trains in Coachella, California. And then we got the pride of Detroit, Michigan, man. Harrison, 28-3-1 with 21 KOs, spent his early boxing career under the tutelage of the late Emmanuel Stewart in the legendary Kronk Gym. And as a professional, the 31-year-old is still considered one of the most skilled fighters in the sport, despite coming up short of his first 2 attempts at a world title. The third time was the charm for Harrison, who shocked the boxing world in December 2018 by outpointing long-term world champion Jermell Charlo to earn that WBC title. The rematch 1 year later ranks among the best fights of 2019. Harrison and Charlo fought on even terms until Charlo stopped him in the 11th round to regain his belt. Harrison returned to the ring for the first time that fight in April of 2021, fighting Brian Perella to a draw. So, guys, this is just one of the cards getting underway. You're going to definitely want to check this one out. We definitely have some young up-and-comers on this card as well. So, you know what I say, man. If you're looking for good boxing, this is definitely one of these cards that you're going to find that on. We got these great we got the main event and the co-main event, which are both for belts, WBC interim world super welter title up for grabs, and we got the vacant WBC silver super welter title up for grabs. And this is just one of the cards that are getting underway. Also, in action, Saturday, April the 9th. This one, again, also 10 p.m. Eastern time. We got the Michaela Mayer versus Jennifer Hahn card, top rank. This one's supposed to be great. WBO, IBF, Unified Junior Lightweight World Champion Michaela Mayer has fought in front of a hometown crowd in 4 years. But that all changes this Saturday, guys. As SoCal's Olympic amateur star defends her titles against former world champion Jennifer Hahn at the hangar in the Orange County Fair and Event Center. Guys, this one's going to be a good one. In the co-feature, San Diego's Santillan joins the homecoming festivities in a 10-round welterweight battle versus a rugged Colombian Barza. Mayer versus Hahn, Santillan, and Barza will air live on ESPN and ESPN Deportes at 10 p.m. Eastern, that's 7 p.m. Pacific. Undercard action will stream live and exclusively on ESPN Plus, and is scheduled to include WBC number 2, WBO number 3, and IBF number 10 bantam contender Jason Maloney, who's 22-2-1 with 18 KOs. In a 10-rounder, former world champion Andrew the Monster Maloney, 22-2 with 14 KOs, is an 8-round junior bantamweight title, and IBF number 1 featherweight contender Luis Alberto Lopez, who's 24-2 with 13 KOs in an 8-round battle. U.S. Olympic silver medalist Duke Reagan, who's 4-0 with 1 KO, whose pro return was delayed due to the injuries and the death of his beloved father, will compete in a 6-round featherweight fight. Reagan's fellow 2020 U.S. Olympian Virgin Fox will make her pro debut in a 6-round flyweight special attraction. This one all promoted by Talkbank in association with Engelbert Promotions and Events. Tickets starting at $60, guys, if you're in the area to even go and see this. And the headline, man, Mayer, who's 16-0 with 5 KOs, achieved international recognition following her participation in the 2016 Olympics in Rio. She signed with Tom Frank the following year and made her pro debut in Los Angeles on the Visteli Lomachenko and Miguel Mariaga card. Since then, she has been on a historic run and has broken new ground for women in the sport, including a decisive win over Helen Joseph to cap off the first female main event in Top Rank's revamped boxing series on ESPN. Mayer unified her WBO 130-pound title with long-term IBF champion Mavia Hamadouche last November in a classic battle that demonstrated the Olympian's ability to stand toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. So we also got Hahn, 4-1 with 1 KO, became the first world champion out of El Paso, Texas, when she defeated Helen Joseph to capture the IBF feather crown in September of 2015. Hahn later defended her titles against Crespo and Silgado, and all three of her aforementioned adversaries would later face Mayer before she earned her first world title. In Hahn's last fight, she challenged Olympic gold medalist and undisputed lightweight world champion Katie Taylor on enemy turf, but now her plans are to prevent Mayer from becoming the undisputed and junior lightweight. So, guys, you're not going to want to miss this one. This is definitely going to be a good one. Also, on this card, man, Santillan, who's 20-0 with 15 KOs from San Diego, breathed new life into his career after joining forces with Robert Garcia following a razor-thin victory over former world champion Antonio DeMarco in June of 2020. After defeating Cecil Mercala via 8-round decision in the first fight together, Santillan demonstrated the fruits of his rewarding partnership by delivering a crowd-pleasing performance against Angel Ruiz last October in San Diego. And then we got Barraza, who's 23-2 with 15 KOs. A tough challenger from Colombia returns after facing local favorite Alexis Roca in Anaheim. So he's no stranger to fighting heavy-hitting southpaws on away soil. So this is gearing up to be a really, really good card. Thanks for joining me, Tim. I'm just rambling on here, talking about the fights going on this weekend, man.
I was listening.
Yeah, we got some big ones up. Also, back in action, guys. I'm proud to say we have Duke Reagan's returning back. We got Floyd Diaz turning back. Jason Maloney is also on this card. This card is gearing up to be a really good one, man. We got Andrew Maloney on it, Luis Alberto Lopez. So there's a lot of up-and-coming boxers to watch on this card. And again, it's being headed up by the Mayer and Han fight, and that's for the IBF and WBO World Female Super Feather titles, guys. Now, if you're anticipating the return of King Ryan, yes, it's happening. The undefeated lightning fast Ryan Garcia, 21-0 with 18 KOs, makes his grand return to the ring on Saturday, guys, April the 9th, against Ghanaian's Emmanuel the Game Boy Tago, who is 32-1 with 15 KOs in a 12-round lightweight Texas showdown. Will take place at San Antonio's historic Almadome on Saturday and will be streamed live worldwide on DAZN, guys. If you don't have it, go and check it out. If you're in the area, tickets are ranging anywhere from $40 to $250. Check it out if you have the ability to. Fans have been waiting the return of the boxing sensation Ryan Garcia, skilled lightning fast puncher who has steadily climbed the ranks of the lightweight division. A big win against Tago, a top 10 contender, would propel Garcia to the top of the division. Garcia has defeated tough contenders like Ruthless Romero Duno, Francisco Fonseca, and Carlos the Solution Morales, and Jason Velez. Garcia was last seen in a spectacular seventh-round stoppage of 2012 Olympic gold medalist Luke Campbell. Emmanuel the Game Boy Tago from Ghana has accumulated various titles since his professional debut in 2004, guys, including the IBF International, the WBA International, and the WBO Africa lightweight titles. The 32-year-old is currently ranked number 10 by the WBC in the lightweight division and has risen in the division ranks since his U.S. boxing debut in 2013 with a 9-round stoppage over Gerardo Robles on ESPN2. His last outing came on November 27, 2020, when he met former WBO and NABO champion Mason Maynard in a 10-round lightweight contest, defeating Maynard via majority decision. Guys, you're not going to want to miss this one, man. It's got lots of action-packed people on this card. Also, we got Marlon Esperanza and Neko Fujiko fighting for the WBC Council World Fly Female title and the WBA World Fly Female title. Gabriel Rosado is back on this card as well. Guys, there's some young and up-and-comers here, man. Hector Valdez is definitely one to watch out for. We got Gregory Morales, who's looking to stay undefeated. And you know what? It's going to make for some really good action. So, guys, make sure you set your PVRs or definitely jump on DAZN. Check it out. You're not going to want to miss this. They definitely put on a great show, guys. And last but not least, I know that our man Cedric Ben is going to be probably doing the scorecard on this fight for sure, and that is Triple G versus Murata. This is back in action, man. Triple G's big drama show arrives in the Far East. It's been 15 months since he has been inside the boxing ring. The IBF World Middleweight Champion will be looking to prove he is still one of boxing's best operators on one day after his 40th birthday against WBA middleweight champion Royota Mayerta. Expecting a hard-hitting clash between these two world champions, Golovkin comes in to this fight after stopping his last opponent in December of 2020. Well, Mayerta will be looking to register a third straight knockout win. So here's everything you need to know, guys, ahead of this. Date, the 9th. Time, 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 a.m. GM. Main event ring walks approximately 6:30 a.m. The main card is scheduled to begin at 3:30. So, guys, don't want to miss this one. This card will stream live on DAZN in over 200 countries across the globe, except Japan, South Korea, and Kazakhstan. So, guys, Sorry for you guys that don't get to see this one, man. See Triple G back in action, but this is definitely going to be one that you're not going to want to miss, man. You can sign up for all the subscriptions at the Zone. Check it out. Also on this card, we have Junto Nakatani, who is looking to stay undefeated against Ryota Yumachiya for the WBO World Fly title. These two little guys, man, are going to be going at it. Nakatani is 22-0, looking to stay undefeated. And we also have another Yoshino, who's 14-0, looking to take on Aito for the WBO Asia Pacific light title and the OPBF light title on this same card. Guys, lots of belts up for grabs this weekend. You're not going to want to miss it, man. You tuned in here to listen to me ramble for 15 minutes by myself about all these wonderful fights that are going on. You know what it is, guys. I'm here for you to give you what you want and what you need. This is the place where you come to find out what's going on this weekend, what fights to watch, who to watch in those fights. You know what it's about. So now that I've done all my talking and rambling, please, guys, let's welcome our good friend here, Tim Witherspoon. Thanks for coming back, Tim. And our patriarch, the man who started it all, Graham Boyce. Yes. Let's talk boxing, boys. I've been talking for 20 minutes. It's for you guys to talk.
I literally sorry about it, lads. I got caught. I'm not kidding. Here's what happened. My lovely wife sends me to the local store to buy a bottle of wine. Okay, she has a friend over. She's upstairs. And okay, so I said, "Oh, sure, no problem. I'll go over to the store. I'll buy you guys a bottle of wine." But unbeknownst to me, there's a massive concert going on at the place on the corner, and all these young people around, and they're in the store, and they're causing all sorts of trouble. Okay, I'm not kidding. So I got caught up in this mayhem. Trying to buy a single bottle of wine, and this has nothing to do with boxing, with the exception of almost a fight breaking out, but because girls are butting in the front of the line, saying, I've got to get to the concert, so I've got to buy this. anyway, so I was super duper late coming on to the show, and I really do apologize. But
you talk about a fight. Canada is the proper place. Yeah, you might find the Hilton brothers out there fighting over there in front of that place.
That's right.
Yeah, talking about the fights outside.
So I said to myself, well, while I'm here, I may as well buy myself a quick little beer. Anyway, so here's what I want to know. We got a big fight coming up. Ryan Garcia and Murata.
Back in action.
And then back in action. So have you guys discussed who we're picking on this one? Because this is a good fight.
I haven't yet. I haven't discussed.
Really? No predictions?
I've seen some videos of him fight. I've seen some training videos on YouTube. He looks pretty sharp and everything. But I haven't seen his opponent, who he's going to fight. But I know this era and like a little bit of the ones before, they lack defense. Like Duke Boots Ennis, he's sharp, he's good, but I seen him get caught a couple of times real good. And if he get in there with somebody that's really aggressive, really tough, he might get hit. So a lot of these young guys, to me, is a defense thing. Everything is offense now. Everything is offense. And not too much defense. So that's what I'll be weighing things on nowadays. If they're going to keep their hands up, are they going to block this and block that? Not so much offense, because a baby could throw a punch, but a baby can't block him. A 4-year-old could throw a punch, but he won't be able to block him. So even with grown-ups, you could throw punches, but it's harder to block them. So that's why
I have to wonder if it's in our human DNA it's quicker for us to think to throw a punch first as opposed to where
the Cuban coming at? Wait. No, go ahead.
The natural instinct is fight or flight. Some people have it, some people don't. Some people run, some people fight.
Right.
When it comes to defense, some defenses are natural, like Mayweather. When you move, you can't teach it unless he's in real good shape. You can move if you're in real good shape, but then this guy's is out of shape They just know there's a basic blueprint where you block and you teach the guy how to do this. Mayweather has a all natural one where you just naturally move. And some of that is fair. Some of that is fair. You have to be in good shape to pull it off. You can pull it off out of shape, but you can hit much more. But Mayweather has to be in shape. He's a little bit less in shape, he'll be in trouble.
I think Ryan Garcia is going to take this one, guys. That's what I think.
Oh, Ryan Garcia. He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good.
You know what? Even though he's been out of the ring as long as he has, he's stayed busy. He's been training. And guys, let's be real, man. The guy's
rushed his body up.
The guy's lightning fast, and he's got hands like boulders, man.
He got a little break and maybe rest his body up.
What?
Picking up weight.
Okay, I'm picking Murata. I'm picking Murata just because you said that. I am.
Some boxers, when they get a little break, they get a little.
Oh, you're talking. You want to talk to Triple G and Murata? I'm talking. Ooh, that's gonna be hard. I gotta stick with my man Triple G, man. Triple G. He's celebrating his birthday. The day before he comes out to kick some ass. So let's cheer him on.
He got a little rest. So he might come out stronger.
Yeah.
He might.
If it goes the distance, that's another thing, because you know what? When you're 40 years old, stepping in that ring, that can take some toll on your body. That's for sure. He might get tired, but he's gonna come out. He's gonna come out banging, man. He's been.
That got. What happened?
Some feedback. That's what happened. So somebody had some feedback going on.
Is that what that noise was?
Yeah, that was an echo going everywhere. Check your mic input. That's what.
Oh, you got to check his mic out. Yeah, but I've been, Triple G, that break might help him because he was fighting constantly. That break might give him some energy. I don't know too much about the guys. He's the guy he's fighting.
Royota Muerta.
Is he's Latino?
No, he's Japanese. 6 foot tall, 75-inch reach.
Oh, you talking about the champ?
Yep.
You talking about the champ from Japan?
Yep.
He's getting knocked out.
Yeah, that's what you think, eh?
Yeah,
Glovin's gonna knock him out.
I didn't know you saw. Listen, I saw a video of him. I did an interview. I got a friend from Japan. His name's Soichi. I've been knowing him ever since, like when I was boxing, and he always called me and asked about, opinions about stuff. He asked me about him. He sent me the video. I saw the video of him, and he lacked a lot of things.
Yeah.
He's champ, but I seen him, and I was like, oh, okay. Triple G, I think Triple G will stop him. Unless
I believe so, too. Like, Triple G, he's been out of the ring for a while, but I think that rest at his age is going to do him wonders. He hasn't been in the ring since.
But I was looking at the skills of the Japanese guy, and he's not in Triple G's class.
No,
unless he improved since the last time I seen him.
Yeah, no. Triple G's been resting since December the 18th, 2020, where he took on Zermeta, who was 21-0 at the Seminole Hard Rock, and that one ended with the 7th round stoppage.
I think that the Japanese guy, if he didn't learn or learn anything since then, I think it's going to be, I ain't gonna say early night, because he probably has a lot of determination, but Triple G should pull the rabbit out the hat somewhere between 5 and 10. Yeah, I'm thinking so too. I'm thinking it's going to be probably a 6th or 7th round finish is what I'm calling for there. Now, Anoa is the lighter champion, right? Anoa or something like that.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah, Inouye. Yeah, he's the light.
In a way, yeah.
The monster, aka the monster. Yes. He's the lighter champ. He should be coming up back in action soon too. So
this is what I was saying. I think a lot of American promoters tend to overlook the Japanese fighters. I mean, those they come from good DNA. If you know what I mean. I mean, these guys are trained well from the head to the toe. Discipline. Exactly. Well,
be on the lookout for a week special coming soon on Knuckle Up, where we're going to be profiling the top Japanese prospects to be looking out for.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, out of curiosity, and I hate to jump on my own bandwagon here, but what about the women Japanese fighters? Out of curiosity, are there any coming up?
Not there are some. There are some to watch. A lot of them do hit up the MMA.
Probably pretty tough too.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, definitely you're gonna have to tune in and find out, man. So guys, be on the lookout for that on Knuckle Up at 4 with Mike Orr and Cedric Ben in the den. We will be profiling Japanese up and comers to be watching out for. You're not gonna want to miss that weekly special. I think we're doing Eye of the Tiger next week, aren't we? Ooh,
we are out of Montreal. Out of Montreal.
We will be profiling some up and coming fighters out of the Eye of the Tiger promotions. You're not going to want to miss that. Starting Monday, that's going to be a great one.
It will be. Let me just double check here, because I popped in late. So you guys are picking Triple G to beat Murata?
Yeah.
Wow. What about Garcia? And he's against the Ghanaian.
Yeah, I'm going to take my man Garcia. The guy's been he's been on hiatus from the ring for a long time.
Hey, James,
we want to check him out.
What's up, James? What's up, champ? What's up, champ?
I don't know if he can hear us yet. He probably can.
Well, okay. While he can't hear us, we had a show on the other day with Lou Eisen. Lou Eisen did the Marvelous Marvel and Hagley show versus Sugar Ray Leonard, that big controversial fight way back when. And you can't believe the argument, the storm, the firestorm it created among boxing fans, eh?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, the Sugar Ray Leonard versus, I mean, it still exists to this day.
Yeah.
Can I give you just a little 15-second thing?
Go ahead.
Now, I know I met both of them. I love them both. And I actually thought that Marvin wasn't in the beginning putting pressure because he felt that Sugar was smaller than him. Sugar's sharp. But I didn't think Marvin was putting out a lot in the beginning. And then when you realize, hello?
No, keep talking.
Okay. Then after a while, he started picking it up. I thought Marvin Hegler was overconfident. No, he could just do, and he did. He was playing in the beginning to me. Now, maybe his son might say, no, he wasn't or something. But I think Marvin was confident, but he knew that he could probably be the smaller. Marvin is strong, but Sugar Ray, he was putting his punches together and trying to do a smart fight. And I love both of them, but I think Marvin came out just messing around in the beginning. Maybe that's his son right there. He could tell him what his dad told him.
Yeah, as soon as he gets his earphones plugged in.
Oh,
nice. So who are you picking over for the Garcia fight then?
Y'all can't hear me?
Oh, there we
go. Now, yeah.
We were talking about your dad, James.
Oh.
No. We can hear him.
Could you hear? Could you hear?
Okay, here we go. Michaela,
how about now?
Oh, there we go. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay. All right. Should we recap? Should we let him in?
Yeah, well, I was in the present with his dad. I was in the present with Sugar Ray. I really love both of them. And that fight, I didn't pick a winner. The best man was going to win. But in my heart, I thought that Marvin was really going to put it on him and everything. But I felt like Marvin was in the beginning wasn't getting aggressive because he was overconfident and knew he could just maybe beat Sugar and walk right over him. And he was just taking his time, and Sugar was serious. Sugar's trying to get his points together. I don't think Sugar knew he could stop Marvin, but he was going to try to outpoint him. So it was a good fight, but I think in the beginning, Marvin was just, I know I'm going to knock him out. And then Sugar just played a smart game, picking up his points. And then Marvin started getting serious with him, and Sugar started moving a little bit more faster. So it was an interesting fight. Maybe his son might know more.
Yeah, did your dad ever talk about it, James? That there was a very controversial fight, April 87 or 88.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, yeah, that fight. Okay, that fight. Tim is right. He didn't come right out after Leonard, and the reason why was because they knew Leonard was expecting that, so they didn't want to do that. That was one of the reasons why he didn't come out aggressively like he did with Tommy Hearns, because they felt as though Ray and them knew that, or they figured that he was going to come out that way, and he thought that, you know, my dad always thought he was a better boxer than Sugar Ray Leonard, which I always told him, Dad, you know, you're a better fighter, but as far as a boxer, that's Leonard's, that's his MO.
That's true. Sugar Ray is a real smart and intelligent boxer. And that's the game. That's the fight he fought. And Marvin, if he would have came out like he did with Tommy Hearns, I don't think Sugar would have lasted. Or because Sugar Ray is a good survivor too. He knew how to survive.
Right.
You know, and he didn't really have to survive that much in none of his fights. So I was interested in that fight because I like both of them. I love them both. And it was a good fight, but I just thought Marvin didn't come out like he usually do. And that gave Sugar Ray you know, got him moving and boxing the way he did.
Yep.
Playing the chess game.
Well, you know, I felt like, well, yeah, well, you know, there was no way he was going to come out and fight Ray Leonard like he fought Hearns, because Ray wasn't going to give him that type of fight. That'd be a no-no to do that. You know, Ray ain't going to fight. Ray wasn't going to fight him like he fought Roberto Duran the first time. That wasn't going to happen. So that wouldn't make sense for him to come out all crazy like that, like he did with Hearns. What he should have did, I thought he should have cut the ring off more.
Yeah. Sugar Ray's one of the smartest boxers, so you got to give it to Sugar Ray. He's one of the smartest technical boxers, I think, in the history. Sugar Ray, he knew how to step here, move over there, bang, get shots, and he's sharp, you know. And so that's my opinion on it. That's my opinion on it. And your dad, he just come in, got his hands up, bang, bang, you out of there, you know. And he boxes. Your dad boxes, but you can't stay in front of him and play around with Marvin Hagler, because he'll take you out. Now, is he right-handed or is he left-handed? He's right-handed.
He's left-handed.
He left-handed?
Southpaw.
Really?
Everybody thought that your dad was a converted southpaw, like they thought he was right-handed, fighting.
No, he wasn't. No, he was a converted orthodox.
Well, he thought kind of awkward to really be left-handed, because his power was in his lead hand to me. Come on, champ, tell me. I'm interested. I'm just the son. I'm talking about your dad.
I'm telling you, he's a softball.
He's a softball.
He's a softball, man. He's originally softball, and he had to learn how to fight the other way when he went into the Lions Den. That's when he started fighting the other way, because he had to come in something different.
Wow,
and he had to fight those tough opponents. So he had to learn how to switch.
Now I know the truth. All these years, I was saying, man, he's southpaw. He's southpaw. He's converted and stuff. And so he fought like a right-hander. He fought with his left in the front. Right?
And
he fought with his left in the front.
You get me confused.
No, listen. Southpaws fight with their power in the back. They put their left in the back, and right-handers put their power in the back, and they develop the front.
Right.
That's really what you're supposed to do. Put that weaker
right.
thing.
So he jabs with his right hand. He jabbed with his right hand.
Southpaw.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry.
So he
jabbing.
When he converted, and he started fighting the other way, orthodox way, it was because he had to go into the Lions Den. So he had to change up. And plus he couldn't get fight. It was hard for him to get fight. So sometimes he had to come out that way.
or I'm not down in, it could be the teacher that's training him. I mean, I don't down everybody, but nobody or anything like that. It could be the teacher. There's some good teachers out there that convert you around and get you ready and get you right, and there's some that can't. So it looked kind of awkward the way he fought, but I thought he was just doing a lot of his own stuff. Because who's his trainer? Was his trainer really
what
a top
was that
guy?
you talking about?
What's his trainer name?
What fight? What fight are you talking about? What fight are
No,
you
I'm talking
about?
about your father in general, and in terms of somebody teaching him.
Oh,
We are talking.
What's his name? What was his name? The trainer.
Goody Pettinelli.
Oh, Pettinelli, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Your pop was a warrior. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, he was.
He was a warrior, boy.
Well, I know
Take you out when he wants you to.
the way I felt about that Leonard fight. It's the way I felt about that Leonard fight was I felt like this. We knew that my dad had to knock Sugar Ray out to get the decision or to get the win, right? But it shouldn't have been that way. It should have been, well, Ray, you're gonna have to knock Hagler out to get the decision. You're gonna have to knock Hagler out to get the win, not the other way around. That's the way it should have been.
Sugar Ray's the All-American boy, and Marvin Hagler is like, no, what I'm saying, and in the public's eyes, Sugar Ray came in the All-American boy,
Well,
and
yeah.
Marvin Hagler, the big tough thug guy like that. I think a lot of people were more for Sugar Ray, but Marvin and your dad had a lot of followers too. They loved the way he fight and everything. But a lot of people was going for Sugar Ray.
Well, it was not even that, but Ray retired though. Ray retired. He gave the game up and left the game, and then he comes back. When he comes back, he didn't have anything when he came back. You know what I'm saying? That was just Ray Leonard coming back, and it shouldn't have been that way. It shouldn't have been, well, you got to get a knockout to knock him out, Hagler. That's the only way you're gonna win. Nah, it shouldn't have been that. It should have been Ray. In order to beat Hagler, you're gonna have to knock him out. You're not going to get the decision if it goes all 12 rounds. That's how it should have went down.
Unless you're overwhelmed with the punches, there'll be a big controversy. I don't care who's in front of each other. It'll be a big controversy. If the judges just go with somebody for a certain reason, in my eyes,
Well, I know.
I think Sugar Ray had to work harder to beat Marvin. Huh? I think Sugar Ray had to work harder to beat Marvin Hagler.
Okay, let's try that again.
I think that Sugar Ray had to work harder to beat Marvin Hagler, but the people were leaning more towards Sugar Ray because he, like more so like the All-American Sugar Ray boy and all that type of thing.
He was the the golden boy.
Yeah.
He was the golden boy. So,
everybody loved your dad, though,
too. The fight.
Oh, that's actually.
I love Marvin Hagler, too, man. That's my man.
You gotta look at the fight with Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad. What do you think about that fight? It was the same type of fight.
Yeah, it was. A lot of people forgot about that one. Man, that was a big.
Yeah, you got to look at that fight. That fight was the same thing. Oscar De La Hoya tried to run for 3 rounds because he thought he had the fight in the bag.
Yeah,
but the judges wasn't hearing that. They was like, nah. He lost that fight. Yeah. He clearly beat him.
Yeah.
I don't think Sugar Ray could go toe to toe with your dad. He couldn't, so he had to do that. He was forced to fight like he fought because if he didn't win toe to toe, the fight wouldn't have lasted.
If Sugar Ray would have went toe to toe with James' dad, it would have been a different outcome.
Well,
yeah, I don't take that away from Leonard at all. I mean, Leonard had to do what he had to do to win the fight, no question. You know what I mean? So, that's why I was telling my dad I wouldn't have fought him. If he didn't catch me in my prime, that's it. You don't deserve a title fight. You can't come out of retirement and say you want to fight me. I know how you're going to fight me. You're not even going to box. You're not even going to fight me. You're going to run around that ring and you're going to score points.
Yeah.
And I told my dad exactly that. And he said, well, I don't have no regrets. I'm glad I got in the ring with him because I know what it's like to be in the ring with him. Yeah. And that was the end of our conversation.
Yeah, that's words of a true fighter at heart, man. He didn't care.
Marvin Hagler had to like chase him because Sugar Ray is a boxer and he was boxing, and that's kind of like the matchup was like the boxer. He could probably win that fight if he boxed and move around, and that's what Sugar Ray did. Marvin just came in tough, tried to bang him. Exactly. Sugar Ray wasn't there for him, and so he know the people was going to go with Sugar Ray if it went down to the wire. people was gonna go down with Sugar Ray and everything.
No doubt. And that's why the fighters, they love the 15 rounds.
Yeah.
When they took the 15 rounds away, they took that fighter's chance when you match him against a boxer.
Yeah.
I think that was a good thing to take the 15 rounds away because somebody could get hurt. I think the 12 rounds was good to do that. I know what you're saying. You need 15 to get those points up and win the fight and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying?
It was the fighters that really wanted the 15, right? Like the fighters reps that when they took away the 15.
I fought the last 15 rounders. I fought the last 15 with Tony Tubbs.
You did, yes.
Yeah, I fought the last one, but I think that I don't know. I think the 12 round was cool. You could show it. That's 6, then another 6, but then you got 6. That's 12. 3. Wait, 3. That's 3 more rounds after 12. I don't know.
Let me
pretty well for me.
Can I interject something here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here.
Listen
to this. We all love Roy Jones Jr. Okay.
Okay.
He's got a promotions company. He's putting on fights down in Mexico, and he's putting on something called the World Championship Boxing Series, something like that. It's a massive tournament. Involves a lot of Mexican fighters primarily. And a lot from the southern U.S. bordering states there. But the point of the matter is great fighters going at it toe-to-toe, and they've instituted what's called an overtime rule. So in other words, and I can't remember if it's 10 rounds or 12 rounds. I can't remember. But if the judges have scored a draw at the end of those rounds, there's actually an overtime round to determine a winner.
There's nothing wrong with that. I like
That'd
that.
Be cool. That'd be cool.
Nothing I like that.
I like that too. I like that too.
That sounds good. So you give him like a 3-round mini fight after the fight to decide who the winner is going to be.
Pretty cool, eh?
That's pretty cool.
So anyway, here's something else I wanted to interject in this conversation because I'm kind of like I'm thinking back to like what Tim Witherspoon had said to us a couple episodes ago about how much money he made. Well, how little money he made as a champion. Okay, compared to what the anyway. So recently. There's been 2 big fights announced, right? We have the Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor fight going on at Madison Square Gardens.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Okay, that's a biggie. Okay, and then we have over across the pond, we have Tyson Fury going against Dillian White. Now here's what I want to say. The undercard on the Fury White fight is all male, not a single female fighter included in that card. And it goes back to what I think Bob Arum said. He doesn't believe that women will attract the audience. Okay.
Right.
So, but here we go on our side of the pond here, taking place at Madison Square Gardens, 2 women. They are the card. They are the ones we want to see fight. It's interesting to see who they're announcing on the undercard. They're great fighters underneath those 2 women, but it isn't funny that Bob Arum won't put any female fighters on his Tyson Fury Dillian White fight. Isn't it funny?
You should have put that fight on there.
That's because he's old school.
I know, and he admitted that. He said, "I'm old school. I don't see the draw in female fighters," and he's not proving his point. I think Matchroom and whoever else is putting on the fight over at MSG. I mean, I think they're going to prove a heck of a point. I think they're going to attract a lot of people to that show, not just at the show itself at Madison Square Gardens, but on pay-per-view. It's going to be a massive, massive fight because I think a lot of people are keenly interested in women's fighting these days. And as Mike Orr said tons of times before this, it's just going to be called boxing. It doesn't matter who headlines that show. But in this particular case, I think it's really interesting. We've got 2 massive shows coming up. The English are really proud that they've sold 94,000 tickets to Wembley to see the Tyson Fury fight live.
Ours was the second. There's the first now. Me and Bruno was the first.
Really?
We sold it out.
Really?
And we sold Wembley out.
I did not know that.
65. We was the highest. Now they're the highest. Me and Frank Bruno was the highest. Now they're the highest. We're the second highest.
Wow.
Me and Frank Bruno.
See, on that Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano card, their undercard is really good, man. Their undercard, we got French and Cruz de Zurin versus Ellen Cedros, who we talked about the other day.
Yep.
And that one's for the undisputed female super middle championship. Then you got the Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano for the undisputed championship. Also, we got Jesse Vargas versus Liam Smith on that card. Austin Williams is taking on Booker. We got Galal Yaffe for his second fight. He's taking on Miguel Cartanega for the WBC International Fly title. And Galal Yaffe's on the second fight, man. So this is going to be good, man. Rashad Mati, another guy that I've been talking about who's 11-0, is taking on Joe Eli Hernandez, who's 12-1. That's in a super lightweight battle. And we got Khalil Cole versus William Langston in another bout, man. So honestly, that card's looking like it's going to be pretty nice.
That card,
2 undisputed championships on the same card.
Yes. So to my point, Mike, take a look at the undercard on the Dillian White Tyson Fury fight. Take a look at that. Compare it to the one over at MSG. I'm just saying, if you got it handy on your little Google machine there,
yeah, I do.
Take a look, and you'll be surprised at the difference in quality. Quite frankly,
Well, we got Kurt Walker, who's on that card, fighting a to be announced. We got Carol Atuma, who's 6-0. Tommy Fury's on this one. David
Tommy Fury. Why the heck is Tommy Fury on that card? Seriously.
Well, let's be real. Why do you think?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
right?
You can't believe Frank Warren.
David Adile.
And Bob.
I've talked about this kid before. Heavyweight. This is one to watch out for, man. He's an up and comer coming. David Adile. Remember that name against Chris Healy. Also, man, Isaac Lowe is on this against Nick Ball, and that's for the vacant WBC Silver Feather title. And we got Anthony Carquez versus Jonathan Romero for the vacant WBO International Superfly title on that same card. But there's not too much more. I know the guys that are all on this undercard because I've been following them all for a while.
Yep.
Royston Barney Smith is on this card. Kurt Walker is on this card. There are a bunch of up-and-comers that I watch and that I follow that I have not yet presented to everybody. You know me. I got my ear to the ground. I know all these prospects around the world that are coming out because that's what I do. So, yeah, I know the guys that are on this undercard. If you look at undercard versus undercard, honestly, the Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano is the much more better card. But also, you got to think about this. The prize money. Prize money is a big thing. How much more money are you going to pay out when you're already paying, $30 million to freaking Tyson Fury? And how much is Dillian White getting for this one?
8. Is he getting 8 or something?
Yeah. So how much more purse money is there for the rest of the card? You know what I mean? Yeah, how much more money is there to spread around?
That makes sense.
It makes sense if you're a businessman running the sport, and that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, who's it for, really? Who pays the bills at the end of the day? The fans do at the end of the day. And my original point pointed back to what Tim had been saying a couple of weeks ago. To be blunt, I'm not embarrassing you in any way, but you were saying, I think you said you got paid $300,000 for that fight against Bruno.
I didn't even know how much I was getting when I flew over there.
Wow.
No, I didn't even know. So after the fight, they told me $500,000. Then they gave Carl King half of that. Then they took out all the money that they used for a trial. When he had a trial, he paid the jury, and all them people out of my money, and then gave me the rest, which was about $80,000-$90,000. I had to pay everybody, so I went home with like $65,000-$70,000. Frank Bruno went home with $1.4 million, and I knocked him out. So I'm real sympathetic to boxers and how they're being treated. Yeah, and I like unions and stuff. I just want to see things get better. That's all.
Pro union.
Well, yeah. Hey, you know what? Seriously, we were talking about this just the other day. I asked the question. I said, there's a lot of put this in quotations, management companies signing up young boxers to contracts. Okay, so for example, I was asking Mike the other day. I said, what's involved when boxer announced they've signed a new fighter to a contract? Does that mean they're putting him on a salary and he's getting paid so he can pay his rent and pay his food bills? Or is he only getting paid when he fights? And the answer is the latter. When he fights, he gets paid. And that's if he wins, quite frankly. So despite all these young fighters getting signed up, and it's good news for boxing in general, at the end of the day, they're still not making money until they actually start winning fights.
Yeah.
So, of course, it goes back to what James had been saying earlier about putting really good fighters against journeymen, for lack of better description, and and making their money that way and moving up to the rankings. But it's a very slow process, and that's now why we have this bottleneck up in the heavyweight division right now. Is completely clogged. I mean, there's 10 heavyweights right now who could claim they're the best in the world. Except we can sit here right now and say no, Tyson Fury is the best in the world. Period. And say that, and until he retires, or until he gets beaten by one lucky punch by Dillian White, it's no one's going to move him, right?
I was trying to reach out to them because Dillian White. Listen, the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight.
Yeah,
they both went down like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
somebody need to learn defense.
Yep.
Okay, so he's fighting. Dillian White went down before when he fought Joshua.
Yep.
A couple of times. I think Joshua went down. Somebody got to learn defense. All they have to do is get somebody in there that's defensively smart to help these guys. That's one thing they got to do. But the managers and the promoters don't do. They looking at money. I came up in the era where my trainer, they took me around with him, and I had to spar with Jerry Cooney. I had to spar with I didn't spar with Ken Norton, but they wanted my trainer to help. So I was everywhere, and I got a taste of what's going on. And look, your trainer got to teach defense. Those guys shouldn't have been on a canvas like that. You got to keep your defense tight.
Right.
When you feel something, counter, defense, block jabs. You have your defense. They think all you got to do is throw punches. And what about your defense? There's 2 things you have to do, not just one, not all offense. So my eyes, they shouldn't have went down that many times. They need help.
Wilder was down in round 3, 10, and 11. Okay. Well, Fury was down twice in round 4.
Yeah. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. It's defense. Everybody got that offense, but you got to learn both of them. You can win offense. You can do it. Might get damaged, but you need both of them. You can't just hit and don't be hit. A lot of trainers used to say that when we was just starting. Your best defense is your offense. Come on, because you don't know how to teach defense, right?
Right.
That's the bottom line. You're going to tell the boxer your best defense is your offense because you don't know how to tell them how to block and stuff. And that's really bad.
So here's something else I learned this week.
Me too. I got a good one for you first, Graham. You ready?
All right, go for it.
Deontay Wilder is retiring.
I called it.
I think he should.
I called it.
I think he should.
Yeah, I think he should.
I think he should.
He is retiring. He has called it. He is what, 46, I believe?
Yeah, whatever.
He's that old.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, he's old.
He's an old man.
I mean, the bronze bombers
that's
has
good,
man.
Yeah, but if he had them skills and he did make enough money, if he had them skills and block, he wouldn't be saying he knew how to block punches. He don't have, and I hate to talk about people. He don't have whoever was fighting in front of him. I said it before. If the guys he fought, the commission wouldn't let them fight me or Tyson or Greg Page, but they let him fight him. I guess it's because of this time and era, but they wouldn't let me fight mostly 80-90% of the guys that Dante fought. They wouldn't let me fight them. The commission would say, nah, we got to get somebody tougher.
No, because you were too.
Nowadays, they're letting them fight anybody.
You were too high risk, little reward for them. That's why. There was no point in putting guys in the ring with you if you were going to destroy them for them to make no money.
Right.
But in the beginning,
that's why they wouldn't let you fight those guys.
But in the beginning,
yeah.
I understand, but in the beginning, we had the same path as a lot of other fighters. They build you up. Wait a minute. I fought undefeated guys at my 3rd fight.
Yeah, because
my 5th and 6th.
Yeah, because you were the undisputed man. You were the man.
I fought Alfonso Ratliff at 13-0, and he was 12-0. He was 13-0, and I was 12-0. So, yeah, okay.
Man. Yeah, man. You were too feared. No, you were called high risk. You were called a high risk, little reward. So, yeah. Guys,
they didn't know which Tim Witherspoon was going to show up.
Exactly. 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 You can have Terrible Tim show up, and it'd be a horrible day for your opponent if Terrible Tim showed up, right?
And I wish I was in Holyfield shape or Tyson shape. God, I would have been rich. You know, I'm telling you, I wasn't in the shape that those guys was in, and I had a little bit better skills than those guys.
Yeah,
you know, and I respect all those guys. I'm just happy that I got involved with boxing, and I'm on these podcasts and just helping people and talking.
You should be happy you can still put sentences together.
Whoa!
Well, which brings us back to Mr. Wilder. I think he's seen neurologists, and I think neurologists have told him, "Hey, man, your brain got scrambled in that last fight.
Yeah.
And if you go into another fight, and if you get hit in the head one more time, you're going to come out of there a vegetable." And that's what I think happened. That's why I said it after that fight. I said I think he had a concussion, and concussions are serious. Every other major sport takes concussions very seriously. They take them to serious doctors. Those serious doctors take a look at their brains, and they'd say to them, "Hey, man, if you get hit in the head one more time, you're going down."
My mom told me he should quit. My mom
Really?
said, "Timmy, that boy should quit. He got hit all upside his head."
He's right.
I said, "Mom, you might have come back and make
That's
about it." I said, "You know what?" I said, "You know what, Mom? I think you're right.
Yeah.
You got hit too many hard too many times."
Yeah, man.
Are you right, Graham? You right. He should just give it up.
Yeah. And you know what? At the end of the day, he got into it because of his daughter who was sick, and he wanted to make a bit of money to pay her medical bills. He's made enough money to pay her medical bills, and at this point in his career, he should recognize he's had his day, he's had his fights, he's done well. Yes, he lost the last one, but at the end of the day, he's done well.
He's got a personal net worth of $30 million.
Holy shit.
Say that again.
He has a personal net worth of $30 million. So
30 million.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. Hey, we're getting close to the end here. I want to throw something in here.
Okay.
I came across a new fight, if you will, if you can call it that. And this goes back to our discussions about Jake Paul.
New fight? You said a new fight?
Yeah. It's let's call it a fight for now. Just let me explain this a little bit.
My daughter made noise. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. So a year or two ago, we got in this big argument about whether Jake Paul was good for boxing. Okay. Now, he was bringing a lot of his fans to the sport of boxing and introducing them to the sport of boxing. So I'll give him credit for that, and we have. Okay. But there's a new fight I've just found out about, and I reported it on my news segment, and it's called the Creator Clash. Okay. And quite frankly, it's a group of YouTubers. They're not professional boxers, but they are training hard. They want to go into the ring seriously and fight. Okay. They have announced, and these guys, let me just quickly pull it up here. In total, these fighters who will be going to the ring have 131 million followers.
Wow.
Okay. They are donating the profits of their fight, okay,
Yeah.
to the American Heart Foundation.
Holy shit. Wow.
Okay. They're not in it for the money, like what we just discussed. They're in it. They're going into the ring, squared circle. They're being trained properly. Now, granted, they're not what we would call boxers, okay? But they're fighting and fighting properly, taking it seriously. They're saying all the right things, but the point is they're not doing it for the money. They're doing it because they love boxing. They're introducing their fan base to boxing, and their fan base is huge. And more importantly, they're donating those profits to the American Heart Association. I congratulate them for that.
Yeah.
And it's something that the boxing committee, guys like Bob Arum, need to take care of. He needs to listen to what these guys are doing. Because you know what? It's not about paying Tyson Fury or Dillian White their $30 million or whatever, and putting a bunch of no names on the undercard and not including any women and giving the women due. Take a look at what are these, let's call them amateurs, quite frankly.
Let's call it the Select League or House League.
Celebrity boxing, like Damon Thelman, celebrity boxing, kind of like, if I was a boxer, I would kind of feel kind of like upset or something like that, because that's a different path. Is boxing if you want to box, why don't you come on our side? But so none of them will come over there and fight with the real boxers.
No.
So it's going to hurt regular boxing in a way. But there's people that might like that type of entertainment, and we probably can't do nothing about that. I think we could keep the same fans, but they're getting the easier ride because they probably ain't no harder fights with those actors and those guys. You know, so I would feel kind of bad that they're going to get a lot of money, but if they're helping a good cause, I would like that. We just got to figure something out.
Honestly, it's like another amateur league.
Okay.
Like it's gonna be.
Nothing
But
wrong.
What I do like is collectively between all of them, 131 million followers. You figure if $1, if everybody pays $1, and that $1 from every one of those fans gets to go to that Heart Foundation, that's $131 million. That's huge money. I think they're doing a great thing. I think boxing itself as a sport is really come back around, and really starting to take off again. Where it was highly dominated by the UFC and mixed martial arts for so long because that sport was banned. Let's it was banned in how many countries around the world. It was not able to be seen. It was that naughty thing, when you go to the movie store back in the day, and it was like the section behind the red curtain you're not allowed in. That's what that was. That's what UFC was. And I think the world has had its fill of how much they pumped it into us. And boxing kind of like took like a side route and kind of was there, never really left, but was always kind of lingering in the background. And I now think it's people like Jake Paul and these YouTubers who are doing this fake boxing thing that they're doing. But it's like sparking a new love for the sport of boxing, which is making it come back. In my opinion.
Look up Damon Feldman. Celebrity boxing.
Yeah,
Damon Feldman. He was doing that stuff. I didn't want to do it. I did it. I was the heavyweight champ, celebrity boxing, but I left it. I came up with him in the boxing. His dad and his brother and all them. His brother's bare knuckle. So I'd rather not say nothing bad if I can't say nothing nice. So I just don't. I left it alone. I fought the Sandman and I won the title. And it's just I just don't want to have nothing to do with that. With the celebrity boxing thing. So, but I don't think Jake Paul. I think is more organized, maybe, or more attractive. But you heard about Damon Feldman, right? Yeah, Damon Feldman. So we
also Zab Judah's doing the same thing. He's got his CCB, right?
Okay.
They've got their celebrity championship.
I think he stopped doing it.
Yeah, I was talking to him over Insta a little while ago.
Oh, he stopped, champ. He stopped.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I think he's gonna get it back up and going, maybe. But pandemic played a big part in continuing with it. Really, if you think about it.
I like Zab. He's a really nice guy.
We had him on the show last year.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We had him on the show last year. Definitely, you know what? Definitely, I got to reach out to him and ask him to come back on and maybe we can talk to him about the CCB and what's happening with that, because I know the last one that I watched was very successful. It got a lot of good vibes at the show. It wasn't like one of these Triller events that we got to watch that everybody got to know, love, and hate, which usually was a hip hop concert with intermission of boxing. No, Zab was doing it right, man. He had decorated boxers on there, real celebrity champions, and really getting in there and doing their thing. And it kicked off really well. I know he's an avid Instagram poster, so he's always talking about his business, CCB, Celebrity Championship Boxing. I hope he does it and brings it back, man, because you know what, it was a good show and it was a great time to watch. But the YouTube thing, Creator Clash, proceeds going to the American Heart Foundation. What more can you say, man? That's huge. That's a huge thing to be able to donate all those proceeds. These YouTubers, they got their money already. That's what it is. You got a bunch of rich kids who are bored, who have done everything, and boxing has become the new fad. It's become that new thing to stay fit, have fun.
So you think they're going to donate all the money? You think they're going to donate all that money?
Sure, they will, because both those guys getting in that ring are probably worth
net proceeds. So the auditorium they're fighting will get their money.
Yeah.
Okay.
The professionals involved will get their money.
Okay.
But the whatever's left over will go to the American Heart Foundation.
Which would be tons. 131 million followers between all of them. That's huge. That's huge.
It's actually getting bigger. I was talking to one of their people. They're down in the fight's actually taking place in Tampa. But I'm just simply saying that it's going to bring a lot of new fans, new blood to the boxing. And so those guys who go, hey, this is kind of neat. This is kind of fun. There's a science to it. There's an art to it. There's skill to this. You know, and all these young
I don't know about skills, but it's going to be.
There's a foundation of skills. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's going to be beginning. There's a beginning.
It's going to be celebrity, but it's going to be celebrity stuff. But you ain't going to see the skills.
No, see what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The fans will reach out to professional boxing to see it played out
for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think this is great for boxing.
Yeah, I think a new fan base is going to get a taste for boxing, and when they want
to see great? How's it great for boxing? How's it great for boxing?
Because who pays the bills? The fans.
Okay. How's it great for a boxer? How's it great for a real boxer?
Okay, when Frank Warren puts up a purse bid, when Eddie Hearn puts up a purse bid, who actually pays that money? It's not coming out of his bank account.
Television rights and all that, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And
so
tickets.
Let's say an advertiser comes on board. Let's say Gillette comes on board to sponsor a boxing event. They're anticipating selling 20 million shavers to fans. You see what I'm saying? It's the fans who ultimately are going to pay these bills to pay for these skills in the ring.
I'm learning.
I think what's going to happen is we're going to have a new fan base that are going to get their fix from the entry of what it looks like to be like the entry levels of boxing. So you're going to get these kids who've never seen it before, who've been watching UFC the whole time. Their favorite YouTuber or influencer is going to get in the ring, fight another favorite influencer that they like. They're going to watch some sort of funny kind of boxing match. It's not really boxing. And then they're going to be like, you know what? Let's watch real boxing.
Hang on a sec here. Hang on. That's what we said about Ebony Bridges. We didn't think that she was going to go into the ring and fight the way she fought.
Oh, yeah, I did. I've been following from the beginning. I thought she was a banger.
Okay, not you, Mike. But what I'm saying is the fan base didn't think that we were going to see a real fight when she went up against Shannon Courtney. Right. And she came out with an eye that was puffed out like this.
That 90% of the men would have quit with.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So this is what I think is going to happen with these YouTubers. They are going to honestly fight. They're really going to fight. It's not a pillow fight. It's not remember, guys, we've seen pillow fights, hand slapping fights.
Yeah.
What are the kind of bare knuckle fights?
Yeah.
Like there's all sorts of fighting going on. Now, when you want to bring it back to the purest form, the Queensberry rules, if you will, whatever you want to call it, the real boxing matches that we all love. This is what these new young people are going to discover through their favorite YouTubers. Yeah. And ultimately, one of the YouTubers is going to say, hey, man.
Yeah, but that YouTube thing is entertainment. That's all it is.
I don't even know none of them. So
me neither.
I got to start looking. I don't know none of them.
Just click on that link.
Jake Paul. That's about it.
Yeah,
me too. You know what it is? It's these YouTubers. They're getting trained by real boxers.
They are.
So
they are.
This is where like look at Jake Paul.
Well, that's what they have to prove. That's why they're going to work hard and they want to prove that they're real fighters.
Who's training Jake Paul?
Serrano and her team. He's in the gym with Amanda Serrano and Amanda Serrano's team, right? Okay. So he's learning from real boxers, real competitors. So all these other YouTubers are doing the same thing. They're getting trained because they got the money for it because of YouTube to pay for real boxers' time. So what happens is that the fans that love these YouTubers are like, oh, he's being trained by Tim Witherspoon. Oh, well, who the hell's Tim Witherspoon?
Hey, give him my phone number.
Next thing you know, they're looking up who Tim Witherspoon is. Then they're watching your fights. Then they're watching who you
Did you say for 10%? Did you say 10%?
Whoa, 10%.
Listen, I'm his manager. That's
10%.
I'm his manager. That's 15%. And get it right.
What? Trainers only get 10%.
Yeah, but I need some of that percent too if I'm going to rep you.
Well, it depends on how you negotiate. It just depends on how you negotiate.
No, but 10% is to go. 10% has been like that for a long time. 10%.
Yeah.
That's it.
And 1/3, 2/3, the manager and the fighter get 2/3, and the manager get the 1/3 out of that 100%. then the trainer get 10. And the boxer, but this real quick, but this is what I've been telling these young boxers, make everybody pay for the expenses and then cut the money up. So whatever the expenses is, flights, training camp, take the money out of it and then cut it up. So if it's $1 million, take the expenses off of it, then cut the money up. Don't let them take the expenses off of your side.
That's right.
Right.
I learned that from being with those guys up there. I learned that. Yeah.
That was remember the contract I was reading the other day, Graham?
Yeah.
See, it takes you up, man. The money gets this X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. This is cut, that's cut, here's cut. Then it goes to the people. Then they split it up. Like, that's the way it should be. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should
Take
be
it off the top.
I-
Whatever it is. And the promoter shouldn't get nothing. He has to go out there and get his own money. That's the promoter has to present the package to the manager and both managers. So the promoter has to have the money. He has to go to all these different people and generate the money and get the ticket sales. And he gets none of the boxers' money. That's the way it's supposed to be. A promoter is supposed to be, he may be ticket sales and television and all that. He has to get his, and he's not entitled to none of the boxers' money.
Right.
He's what he is, a promoter.
Yeah.
And he has to pay them.
Yeah. We all agree on that point.
On that note, I think we're at that time. We've actually we've had a great discussion.
We're
today.
having fun.
Yeah, me too. But we got fights to watch, and I got one to wake up to early in the morning to watch. Don't forget, guys.
I got to cook dinner.
It's going to be a great weekend of fighting.
Great weekend of fights. We got 2 big names that are returning. To all the fans out there, remember, we got Garcia returning. We got Golovkin. We got Mayer in the house. Big fights this weekend, guys. I told you, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 5 a.m. It's all going on. Check your local listings. You know what it's at. In the meantime, we're going to go do work so you guys don't have to. James, thank you again for coming on. Tim, always a pleasure.
Thanks, James.
Graham,
Nice talking
you
to
know
you,
what it
Chad.
is, brother. Talkinfight.com, guys. Hit it up. Hit that subscribe. Buy that membership. We'll see you next week. Same time. New topics.
You see it run?
Yeah, we saw a run.
Okay, so next Friday, right?
Yeah, man, next Friday. To all the fans out there, you know what it is, man. We'll see you next Friday. Same time, same channel. New topic.
Thank you.
And we're
Thank you very much.